The chasm between Japan's position and that of the anti-whaling nations seems to offer little chance of conciliation. But NHK World's John Ledoux found some hints of a promising approach in talking to an Australian academic.
Hello.
Sure. There you go.
Simon Wern is conducting research at Japan's Wakayama University about the country's whale hunting. What's your take on New Zealand's proposal?
New Zealand seems to be unequivocally against any whaling, and I think, okay, fair enough, it's their view, but coming from a leader and from leadership, I think they need to be more aware of who they're dealing with and what culture they're dealing with.
Wern has spent many years following environmental issues. He once worked with the American cable TV channel Animal Planet, filming the anti-whaling group Sea Shepherd as it obstructed Japanese vessels. He says after following the group for 5 weeks, he came to the conclusion that its activities were complicating the situation.
Sea Shepherd struck on or Animal Planet struck on a thing that really tugged at the heartstrings. They didn't need to do that much to get people on side.
6 years ago, Wern visited the town of Taiji, a place where the attachment to whale hunting is intense. Fishermen were systematically driving whales into a bay before catching them, a method called drive hunt. Whaling has been going on in Taiji for some 400 years. The method is different from that of many Western countries, where whales have been caught mostly for their oil and other parts thrown away.
My attitude to whaling was, it's not pretty, but and I don't really like it. But when I found out about the Japanese story, I realised in the West, we've got to start understanding things a bit differently. The sustainability practice, the really spiritual practice of taking an animal, whether it be a whale or whatever it was, and eating it, using everything of it, not wasting anything of it, that's deeply set in Japanese culture.
Many whaling critics doubt Japan's claim to be conducting scientific whaling.
New Zealand's against all whaling, research or otherwise, killing of whales. Australia says you don't need to kill whales. Tasmanian researchers say you don't need to kill whales to research whales. I believe that. I don't think it's necessary.
How do you see this issue being resolved in the future?
It's an emotive issue and it gets souped up. It gets G'd up on all this stuff that really starts to lose a rational path and a rational way of thinking. It's a bit offhand and disrespectful, but, get over the emotion of it and just try and understand what's really going on.
And John Ledoux is here with us now. John, Wern seems to be able to identify with both sides of this issue.
That's right. He's tried to see and understand things from each perspective. So as a cinematographer, he's had a chance to see the commitment of the group Sea Shepherd. But also after that, he dug deep into the Japanese version of the story. That approach could be useful at a policy level, sincerely trying to see things from the other perspective.
Well, Japan has begun to reevaluate the way it conducts its research whaling, correct?
That's right. And Wern said that Japanese scientists are well respected, but he believes that they need to do more to address the concerns of the anti-whaling countries. Japan plans to submit a new research whaling plan at the next IWC Scientific Committee meeting. It's considering decreasing the number and type of whales captured and gathering information by observation. That, at least, would give the committee something different to consider.
Right. Thanks, John.